Rahu Dev is most important planet in astrology for analysis for birth chart, D9 chart, Chandra Kundali. Rahu Dev, though it is a pseudo planet, Rahu and Ketu, but it is actually the intersecting points of the elliptical path of Moon and Sun. The two conjunction point, one from left of the Moon, it is called North Node, that is Rahu, and right intersecting point, it is Ketu. Though they are just the pseudo planet, but influence in the life of the native is highest. In all class of astrology, and KP system or Parasari system or any Bhivunandi Nadi system or Dal Kitab, Rahu is getting highest importance, mostly in modern days. Rahu's uniqueness is that it can convert the native from poverty to richness, in some cases richness to poverty. That means wrong to heaven, heaven to wrong. So this is the unique feature of Rahu is there. No doubt it is important, the Rahu's placement on the birth chart or D9 chart or Chandra Kundali. But also it is important the strength of Rahu, how it is strength, how much degree Rahu is there. When Rahu is 12 degree to 18 degree, it is in the youth, it gives highest influence in the natives. And the placement, it is in the group of malefic planet, Rahu, Ketu, Saturn, the malefic planet. So Upchoy Bhav, the third house, sixth house, 10th house, 11th house, Rahu gives highest importance. So the placement is important, degree is important, and which sign it is posited. That means dispositor house. Suppose Rahu is posited in Aries sign, that is Mesh Rashi. So dispositor is Mars. How Mars is placed in the chart. Suppose Mars is placed in the Scorpion sign, own sign, or Mars is placed in the Capricorn sign, exalted sign, then it will give good benefit when Rahu is posited in Aries sign. So the dispositor house, in which sign, in which Rashi, Rahu is posited. It is very important. Next important thing is that which Lagno is. In all Lagno, Rahu is not giving good effect. Generally, in case of Saturn's Lagno, that is Saturn Lordship, Aquarius and Capricorn, that means Kumbha Lagno or Makar Lagno. The Lagno of Venus, that means Taurus or Libra, Rahu gives good effect. And Lagno of Mercury, that is also friend's house, Gemini and Virgo. And this sign, Rahu gives very good impact on life. Rahu is a planet, that is eerie planet. So 3, 7, 11, if posited in that house, Rahu gives good effect. 3, 7, 11 is with respect to Kalpurusha Kundali, eerie sign. Or if the eerie sign is posited in 2, 6, 10, in some charts, the eerie sign Aquarius, suppose posited in 6th house of Virgo sign, then it gives good impact to the native. So many things is there. Placement, that is the Upchoy Bhav, then the Lagna, Karak Lagna, then its strength, degree, then its sign in which it is posited, that is important, and the sign that may be airy sign, that may be watery sign, that may be fiery sign. Rahu gives highest impact on airy sign. And when airy sign planets posited in Ortho-bhava, a particular charts, suppose a particular chart, it is in the Gemini ascendant, Gemini Lagna, Mithun Lagna. In that case, 6th house Virgo sign, the 11th is written. So Aquarius sign is posited in the sixth house, sixth bhava, so giving too much wealth. So ortho trikon is important with the desired thing angle 3, 7, 11 also important. And the 11th house of 3, 7, 11 gets highest important for placement of Rahu with respect to the ortho bhava of particular natives, particular charts. So this is actually the Rahu Dev. Now Rahu Dev may be placed from first house, second house, third house, fourth house, fifth house, so on up to 11th and 12th. The position is no doubt important. Rashi in which it is disposited, no doubt important. Also important, where the dispositor is posited, it is exalted, own sign or friend sign. When dispositor is well placed, exalted sign, own sign or friend sign, it will give good impact to the natives. So to analysis the effect of Rahu, this is very good. Now I am coming to the chart. In first I have to draw the Kalpurusha Kundali. Then three charts. One of them is Bill Gates having 6th house Rahu. Then APJ Abdul Kalam 9th house Rahu. Then Lionel Messi 2nd house Rahu will be analyzed. Now in this case, first of all we have to come to the chart to explain everything or try to make it more clarified. Now prior to coming to the main charts, we are giving the consultating phone numbers 9932302258. Again 9932302258 or 8617836580. Now coming to the chart. This is a Kalpurusha Kundali, placement of Rahu in different houses, first house, second house, up to 12th house. Prior to explanations, we are giving some informations. Now, what is the remedy of or to be rituals to be made in Rahu Mahadosha or Rahu Antardosha? Main thing is that the vibration of mantra giving good effects, highest impact on any natives. So the Bij mantra of Rahu may be cited in the evening. That will give the good effect to the native. That means here it is Om Ram Rahave Nama, one of the Shanti mantra of Rahu, and one of the most tantric mantra Om Brahm Brim Brom Sha Rahave Nama. These two mantra is very much beneficial. Om Ram Rahave Nama, Om Brahm Brim Brom Sha Rahave Nama. Now, actually, the deity of Mahadev, deity of Shiv, Lord Shiva, is the Kal Bhairav. So, some offerings to the Kal Bhairav also giving good effect. That depends upon the position of Rahu in the charts. Suppose Rahu in the position in the chart in 12th house, then alcohols, drugs, when it is donated to the Kal Bhairav Mandir, temple, that will be very beneficial. In other cases, in the position of the second house, third house, fourth house, that depend upon the strength of the Rahu, the Ma Durga Shabdashakti mantra to be cited regularly, or in the Tuesday and Saturday, just going to the Hanumanji temple and giving the prayer, what is blocking in the life of the native, the Prabhu's Asibad will be there. So this is the main rituals for getting in the Dosha or Antardosha. Now coming to the main charts. Now placement of Rahu in the first house. What is first house? First house is the native itself, so native identity. Then it is the self-deed of the native, self-expression of the native appearance. That means personality of the native, first house. With his glamour or her glamour, that may be also there according to his working ability. Now, Rahu is posited in first house. What is Rahu? Rahu is mostly ambitions. Rahu is determinations. Rahu is having some desires. Have to something is concept to in positions. Make her or make his position to more and more. This is the desire of Rahu. Since Rahu only have the heads, not the body. In one or two sentences, in briefly, it is the Sadhubhanu Dev who in demons taking the Amrit and the message going to Lord Vishnu through moon and sun. Then Lord Vishnu beheaded Sadhubhanu Dev, and Sadhubhanu Dev heads transferred to immortal, that is Rahu in solar system, and Sadhubhanu Dev body transferred to Ketu, that is also immortal. So in Navagraha, 7 planet has real existence, but Rahu, Ketu no real existence. These are the just pseudo planet. Intersecting point of sun circle and moon circle already discussed. Now coming to the point. So Rahu is posited in first house. So personality will be highly reflected according to that. Native have to be more modest, generally in outside. Inside what is there, but native have to be more modest to the person when first house Rahu is posited. Rahu is here makes the native more intelligent, more talented, and more creative. So native gets so much wealth in his position by creative work, maybe a great artist, maybe a great cricketer, maybe a great share market holder. So much wealth may be in his position. When Rahu is positively placed in first house with no papkatari or malefic conjunction or malefic aspect. So Rahu in first house when positive, Rahu makes the native to get his destiny, maximum to get his position. That means in material world, how Rahu gives highest blessing to the native. When posited in first house, condition is that first house Lord in Kalpurusha Kundali, Mars is well placed in the chart. We already discussed when Mars is placed in the Capricorn sign, exalted, Mars is placed in the Scorpion sign, friend sign, that is also giving good result. Also Mars may be in own sign, very strong. So dispositor, that means Rashi Shami, lordship of the sign should be very strongly posited in the chart, then it will give the all attributes to the native. Only condition is that there should not be any papkattari in the first house, malefic conjunction, malefic aspect. Now coming to the second house. Second house is the house of wealth and finance. When Rahu is posited here with, native gets too much wealth in his positions. It is for wealth, but that depends upon the native's belief system, native's attitude, native's behavior, native's lifestyle. Native should be modest in behavior, lifestyle, speech also. Rahu in second position, generally native will be very much aggressive. That is not worth coming. Native have to be more modest with the talking with the others in business or job or government service, anywhere. But native get highest material gain, highest honor, rewards, all there in the second house. Only condition is that second lord should be well placed in the chart. Suppose it is Kalpurusha Kundali, the second lord is Venus. The Venus should be placed either in the Libra sign, or Venus should be exalted in Pisces sign, or Venus should be posited in Taurus sign, Venus should be posited in Gemini sign. It will give good effects. So that is to be there. Dispositor lord, house lord or a house Sami should be well placed. Then and then native gets all wealth, position in his life. Now coming to the third house. In the third house, Rahu is very strong. It is the house of courage. In third house is the first Upachaya Bhav. So Rahu here being a malefic planet, very strong in third house in Kalpurusha Kundali. Here the lordship of the house, sign lord, is of Gemini sign, Mithun Rashi, lordship goes to Mercury, Budh. When Budh or Mercury is well placed in the charts, in the ascendant, or a Mercury is posited in Bhargo sign, Kanya Rashi. Mercury is posited in friend sign like Sagittarius, like Pisces. It gives good effect. Also in Capricorn, friend's house. So Mercury placement should be checked or analyzed properly. Now already we analyze Rahu is very important planet, very much aggressive, very much intelligent, and try to make so much possession in life. Rahu is so much intelligent and try to grasp everything very quickly and try to get his impact or transform his life is the inherent tendency. Now third house is the house of creation, house of creativity. Third house is the house of communication. Third house is the house of courage. Third house is the house of willpower. Third house is the house of siblings. Third house is the house of media or change of place. All are third house. When Rahu is in the Upchaya Bhav, first Upchaya Bhav, third house, it gives the seventh house aspect on the ninth house of fortune. That it become fortunate. So third house Rahu is very much creative. Native may be a good cricketer, footballer, a writer, painter, native may be, or singer also. Only when this house is free from Papkatari, a malefic conjunction, malefic aspect of Saturn, Ketu, Mars, Sun, etc. Now coming to the fourth house. Fourth house is the house of wealth, house of mother, house of comfort, luxury. All are there in the fourth house. Fourth house is the house of vehicles also. When the Rahu comes here with and strong in this place, generally Rahu in the Cancer sign not so strong, but in other lagna, Rahu may be very strongly posited in fourth house. In this case, a Kalpurusha Kundali in the fourth house, Rahu Dispositor of Cancer sign, fourth house is Moon. Moon should be well placed in the chart. That may be exalted in Taurus sign, or Moon should be placed in own sign, Cancer sign, or friend's house like Sagittarius sign, or Pisces sign, or also Leo sign. Moon gives very good effect. When Rahu is strong, Rahu is ambitious, Rahu is creative, Rahu is so much intelligence, talented, so much have the ability of possession. Rahu here gets so much wealth in his possession. Rahu may also makes the business of vehicles. Rahu may be in the business of real estate. All may be there. When fourth house, Rahu is well placed. And dispositor, Moon is well placed, already discussed. In this case, generally, if Rahu is ill placed, the relationship with mother may not be cordial. So Rahu should be well placed. And another point is that if Jupiter is placed in the 12th house, then first, second, third, fourth, fifth aspect coming to the Rahu. So Jupiter is another important planet for to getting the benefit of Rahu. If 12th house Jupiter is posited, then fifth aspect coming to the fourth house of Rahu, then Rahu gives good effect. Or Jupiter is posited in the 10th house, seventh aspect coming to the Rahu, Rahu gives good impact. Or Jupiter 9th aspect. Suppose Jupiter is posited here with in the 8th house, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth. Ninth aspect coming on the Rahu, that is also beneficial. That means, in brief, fifth aspect, seventh aspect, or ninth aspect of Jupiter, when coming on the Rahu, Rahu gives good effect. Or anywhere Jupiter is posited, Jupiter having degree from 12 to 18 degree, and Rahu have the degree below 12 or higher than 18, then the native gets good benefit. Jupiter should be strong in the chart. This is a primary conditions. Now coming to the fifth house. Fifth house is the house of knowledge, house of creativity, house of creation, house of progeny, house of children, house of wealth, house of speculations, house of entertainment, house of higher educations. All are there. In the fourth house, it is the education up to college level, intermediate educations. But here it is the higher educations. So fifth house. So when Rahu is well placed in the fifth house, that means Rahu Dispositor, Leo, Sun, suppose placed in the first house and exalted, then Rahu will give good result in the fifth house. Native higher education will be enlightened. Native will be enlightened in the society. But if the dispositor is not so strong, then problem may be there in fifth house Rahu. Fifth house Rahu not only disrupts in negative sense in the educations, but also in the childbirth. That may be abortion, etc. scenario may be there. So the dispositor, where Rahu is posited in fifth house, in the Kalpurusha Kundali, it is the dispositor is Sun, and Sun is placed in the first house and exalted, giving good effect. Or Sun may be posited in Jupiterian sign like Sagittarius, like Pisces, also giving good effect. So dispositor strength is very important here with. Rahu to make strong, we already discussed Bij Mantra to be cited regularly in his Antardosha or Mahadosha. In fifth house, it is the house of Tantra, Mantra, etc. When Rahu is posited in fifth house, the natives should regularly cite it, the Bij Mantra of Rahu. Already we discussed Om Ram Rahave Nama, Om Brahm Brim Brom Sha Rahave Nama. So this mantra is very much beneficial in which chart Rahu is posited in fifth house. This is the house of Tantra Mantra, fifth house. Now coming to the sixth house. Sixth house actually it is the house of competitiveness. It is the litigation, rogue, rin, ripu, disease, enemy, and also the loan from bank or financial institutions. So all are there. If the Rahu is well placed here with, and in the sixth house Rahu is very strong, like the third house, it is the second Upchaya Bhava, Rahu very strong here with. And the dispositor here as per Kalpurusha Kundali is Bhardo sign, that is Mercury, Budh. Mercury should be well placed in the chart. That may be in Gemini sign, that may be in the first house getting directional strength, or its friend's house like Aquarius or in the Capricorn also. So Mercury should be strong as per Kalpurusha Kundali. Rahu, the native may be a great surgeon or may be a great lawyer. So native may remove the disease. Native may crack the competitive examinations by the effect of Mercury. Dispositor is Mercury. Mercury is well placed in Gemini sign. So native easily crack the competitive examination of educational level like NEET, like IIT, that type, or in government level like UPSC or any state level executive examination. Native easily crack the competitive examinations and repay the loan, and so loan is repaid easily, and Rahu destroy the sixth house, the enemy. So sixth house Rahu when well placed and dispositor is well placed, and sixth house is free from papkattari, fifth house is free from any malefic conjunction, malefic aspect. The native easily cross over the hurdles of life. He success in competitive examination. He remove the or solve the litigations and also repay the loans and strengthen his status in the society. Native may be a doctor, native may be a lawyer, etc. Now coming to the seventh house. Seventh house signification, it is the actually partner. It is the big business. It is partnership business. It is relationship with people. It is relationship with other nations. It is relationship for international diplomatic. So all are there. This native, when Rahu is posited in seventh house, and Rahu is controlled by the native, by his Jupiter. Suppose Jupiter is posited in the first house, and giving seventh aspect on Rahu, Rahu will be controlled. Rahu's unexpected desire will be controlled. Native will be get success diplomats in the country to other country also for resolving the matters. So diplomatic strength of the native will be increases, and in partnership that is also giving good effect. Rahu, not only that, Rahu quicker the marriage process. When in the transit chart, Rahu is coming to the 7th house or 5th house, love or romance will be enhanced and ultimately gives the marriage also. Rahu gives early marriage as per the transit chart, Gochor chart of the native. Now, Rahu's placement in the nakshatra is also important. Rahu's own nakshatra like Shati nakshatra, giving good effect. Or Rahu's nakshatra like that of Jupiter, that is also very much effective, like Punarpushu. Or Rahu's nakshatra like Pusha nakshatra, or Anuradha nakshatra, Rahu giving good effect. So nakshatra in which constellation in which Rahu is placed, that is also important. Rahu's own nakshatra or that of Saturn, friends, or that of Jupiter, Rahu generally giving good effect. Now here is some problem. Rahu in 7th house, people sometimes tells married life not happier. It is owing to that. If the 7th lord, here in the Kalpurusha Kundali, 7th lord is Libra sign, Venus. If Venus is posited in the Taurus sign, or in the Libra sign itself, or exalted in Pisces sign, there is no problem. But if Venus is Shukra somehow afflicted in the charts, then it gives problem there. If Venus is posited in the Cancer sign, or Venus is posited in the Leo sign, that is not giving good effect. So that is to be there. Dispositor, how it is posited. If dispositor is ill placed, in that case, marriage life may be disturbed by the placement of Rahu in the 7th house. Otherwise not. In that case, Rahu's Bij Mantra to be cited regularly, we already discussed, and have to go to the Kal Bhairav Mandir or Hanumanji temple to give the prayer. The Prabhu will eliminate the disturbed influence from the outside. Now coming to the 8th house. In 8th house, Rahu is very much beneficial since Rahu is the symbol of sudden gain, and 8th house is the sudden transformations. So both the house and the posited Rahu is in the same directions. So Rahu try to give sudden gain, and 8th house also try to give sudden rise in life. So generally in 8th house, Rahu is when well placed, and dispositor here as per Kalpurusha Kundali, it is Mars. So Mars when well placed in the chart, then it is very beneficial. If Mars is placed in the Capricorn sign exalted, on Aries sign, own sign, or friend sign like Leo, also giving good effect. So 8th house Rahu, 80% cases, it is giving beneficial result. Native may be highly educated. Native life may be transferred from low level to highest level in 8th house Rahu. But if Rahu here, the native is so much not motivated, native is not so much hard worker, native is so much dedicated, not that. Native is laziness, then Rahu may not give good result, may be day by day detrimental. So to get the blessing of Rahu, the path of Shani Maharaj should be followed. That means hard working, dedicated, disciplined life to be followed. And then this case, Rahu may gives the good blessings. If 5th house Lord posited in 8th house, or 8th house Lord posited in 11th house, so this is good combinations. And Rahu is connected here with native may gain between different types of things like lottery, etc. So 8th house is transformation. Rahu is suddenness. So suddenness is there when 8th house is somehow well connected in the birth chart or D9 chart or Chandra Kundali. So 8th house also, it is the inheritance, it is the stress, it is the struggle, it is the occult, it is the astrology, all are there. Native may be also a good astrologer when 8th house Rahu is posited. Native gets his inheritance when Jupiter is somehow linked with the 8th house. If Jupiter is posited in 4th house Cancer sign exalted, from here, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th aspect coming to the 8th house on Rahu, then the native easily get his inheritant properties. So that will be beneficial. That means if Jupiter is somehow connected with the 8th house, if Jupiter is posited in the Pisces sign, then it is from Pisces sign, it is the 9th aspect also coming to the 8th house. So that is also beneficial for inheritance. Native have some knowledge, no doubt, in occult field. That may be in the astrology, that may be in palmistry, that may be in other occultist native may be also. Now, all is there, attributes will be followed, native will gain when the 8th house is free from Papkattari or malefic aspect, malefic conjunctions. Now coming to the 9th house. 9th house actually house of religion, house of spirituality. Here the lordship goes to Jupiter. Jupiter is the main lords of the 9th house, Sagittarius sign. And Rahu is placed here with. Here in maximum case 80% case positive, but 20% case may be negative. Why? Rahu is a planet not against the regular features of rituals or religious also. But here the native will be on 9th house, Rahu is there. Native try to analyze the belief system. All the system, all the rituals of the religious, native may not consider well. Native will analyze which beliefs, which rules, which rituals will be followed and which are not. Though native may be in particular religions. Sometimes when he totally disbelieve the rituals, then he may change his religion also. So 9th house Rahu, much more discussion about his belief system. If he logically accepted it, then he gives through this religion. If it feels 50%, then also in the religion. If he feels 90% wrong, then he changes religion also. Now when 9th house Rahu is well placed here with, and Jupiter is strongly placed in the chart, like in the Cancer sign exalted or in Pisces sign, then Jupiter when is strong, then native would get the higher education from different universities throughout the world. Native may be a great administrator, native may be a spiritual leader, native may be a big business giant, all may be theirs. A native spiritual journey will be followed, but a religious line may not be. Spirituality 100% where Rahu is posited, but religiousness he or she may change herewith according his logic and belief system. Now everything will be okay when it is not under the Papkattari, malefic conjunction, malefic aspect. Now Rahu coming to the 10th house. 10th house Rahu is very strong. Why? It is one of the Upachaya Bhav, and it is the strongest Kendra house, the 10th house. 3, 6, 10, 11 Upachaya Bhav, out of that Rahu is 10th house posited, and this house is highest altitude Kendra house. So that is, this house is very important. Generally when Rahu is posited in the 10th house, native would get a success in life in 80% cases. Native may be in administrative service, native may be a teacher, native may be a professor, native may be a doctor, native may be a political leader when 10th house Rahu is there. When 10th house Rahu is there and native's other planet is strong in the chart, native would be good politicians in the next half of life. When 10th house Rahu is posited, then the dispositor, that means Saturn should be well placed in the chart. Saturn is suppose posited in Libra sign, exalted, beneficial. Saturn is posited in the Aquarius sign, Mool Trikona, that is also beneficial. That to be checked. The dispositor Lord where placed, it is exalted, own sign or friend sign. So 10th house Rahu generally give positive thing. Only native have to be hardworking, dedicated, laborious and responsibility bearing. So certain contribution should be there inside the persons, and outside he will be extrovert, inside he or she will be introvert. That is the political leaders, they have that type of strength, and also the strength of Sun and Saturn in the chart to get political success. Now coming to the 11th house. 11th house is the success, profit, gain, benefit, social circle, elder brother, elder sisters. That house Rahu is posited. Rahu is ambitions, Rahu is possessiveness, Rahu is intelligence, Rahu is talent. So Rahu always try to get 11th house benefit. So Rahu try to get huge gain in business or profit, or maybe also success is competitive examinations, that may be in job or in educations. Rahu also may be in the high profile government job or high profile private job like CEO. So Rahu in 11th house give all good effect to the native. Generally in the share market or trading business, when Rahu is posited in 11th house and dispositor Saturn is well placed like in the Libra sign, then so much benefit from share market or trading may be there. In that case, we have to also analyze the Lagna Lord and 5th Lord. That too should be very strong. So 11th Rahu is giving too much blessing to the native for getting wealth, honor, rewards, etc. Now coming to the 12th house. 12th house Rahu has some positiveness, have some negativeness. 12th house Rahu, when 12th house Rahu is coming here with, it is the house of foreign trade. Native maybe go to the foreign land. Rahu's position in 12th house, natives take outside from his home, outside from his village or town to the distant land for business, for education, etc. 12th house Rahu, native so much distance away, you will be developed very much. Native may be in business world. Native should have acquired knowledge. That knowledge native may try to invest in the long-term investment, different sectors, including share market, getting so much wealth. But in that case, also we have to check the 5th house Lord and 5th house posited planet. Now, dispositor of the 12th house in case of Kalpurusha Kundalini Jupiter. Jupiter should be very strong in the chart, then native will earn so much wealth. Suppose Jupiter is posited in Cancer sign exalted or in the own sign Sagittarius, then native will success in long-term investment. Negative sense is there, it is that 12th house Rahu generally intoxicated. That means native may be in alcoholic, native may be takes some little drugs also. So in that case, night sleep may be some extent disturbed. So meditations or pranayam very important in case of 12th house Rahu. And the native have to some donations to the poorest of the poor, the orphan child or orphan ashram will be very much beneficial. Or alcoholic materials to the Kal Bhairav Mandir, giving the good effect, or prayer to the Hanumanji temple is beneficial. Now coming to the specific charts. Coming to the specific charts of Bill Gates, owner and founder of Microsoft. Date of birth 28th October 1955. Time of birth 2058. Place of birth Seattle, USA. Ascendant is Gemini, Mithun Lagna. Zodiac sign is Pisces. Mean Rashi, Mithun Lagna, great chart of Bill Gates. What is the unique in this chart? Rahu is placed in the 6th house of Scorpion sign, and the ascendant lord is Mercury. And that Mercury is well placed in Virgo sign with Mars. Mars is the 11th Lord. So ascendant Lord is very strong and conjunct with 11th Lord, posited in Virgo sign, own sign. So ascendant Lord very strong. That's why Rahu in the 6th house gives strong effect. Rahu in the Upachaya Bhav, second Upachaya house, Rahu is posited in Scorpion sign. Here what happens, Rahu more linked with Jupiter. Jupiter is well placed in the 3rd house in Leo sign. 5th aspect coming to the 7th house. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 7th house, own sign. 7th house is people. 7th house is business. So his business day by day increases. 9th aspect of Jupiter is, 7th aspect of Jupiter is coming on the 9th house. So fortune. Native is fortunate by the aspect of Jupiter. Not only that, the 9th aspect on the 11th house of success, 11th house of gain, 11th house of profit, 11th house of social circle, all is increases. The Bill Gates Foundation is very much famous throughout the world. He is world famous person and one of the richest person of the world. The 6th house Rahu is very positive. He removed the enemies. He destroyed the enemies and resolve the litigation, and in the competition he succeed in life, the famous person Bill Gates. Not only that, in the 5th house of talent, the house lord Venus itself is posited with the parent Saturn. Saturn is exalted in 5th house. So Saturn and Venus is very strong in the 5th house. And here Sun also present, giving Saturn Sun too much wealth to the native. 3 planets aspecting the 11th house of success. So his success is there from the birth chart, also in the D9 chart or Chandra Kundali. So this is the great chart of Bill Gates. Another point is that in the 4th house, Mercury Mars in the Virgo sign, very strong, and 10th house, Pisces sign, Moon is very strong. The 3 planets are conjunct with 180 degree and aspect each other, making the chart very strong. And 12th house Ketu is very strong. It is the significator house of Ketu. So this is the great chart of Bill Gates, where Rahu is posited in the 6th house and ascendant lord is supporting to that. To the next chart, the famous scientist APJ Abdul Kalam, ex-president of India, scientist of India and missile man of India. Is world famous scientist. Date of birth is 15th October 1931. Time of birth 1:15. Place of birth Rameshwaram. Ascendant is Cancer, Cock, Lagna, and zodiac sign is Scorpio, Vrishchik Rashi, Cock, Lagna. Great chart of APJ Abdul Kalam. What is the unique in this chart? Jupiter is exalted in the ascendant, the great chart. Jupiter is too much strengthened in the Lagna, and its 5th aspect on the house of talent on Moon, that makes Gajkesari joke. 7th aspect on the people contact, and 9th aspect on the fortune on the Rahu also. The Rahu is controlled by Jupiter here with, since Jupiter is very strong in this chart. Now, what is the other unique in this chart? The 3rd house, Sun, Mercury is present, making Budhaditya Yoga with Ketu. These 3 planets in 3rd house is very strong in the Upachaya Bhava, aspecting the 9th house of fortune. Now, it is the 4th house. 4th house is mother care. 4th house is wealth. Though he born in very poorest family, but day by day, by his hard work, dedication, discipline, responsibility bearing, laborious work, he reach is the destiny and gets all kind of wealth in life. So he is actually a spiritual person, not only a religious one. Now coming to that on the 9th house. Now 5th house Moon in the Scorpion sign is very strong, aspecting the 11th house. And Saturn, the karmic planet, very strong in the chart of APJ Abdul Kalam. Saturn is the karmic planet, 6th house. It gives too much hard work. It gives too much dedication, discipline, responsibility bearing. So it's a structured person, the APJ Abdul Kalam, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam is. So much famous scientist throughout the world. And here we already told ninth house, important here with ninth house aspect coming from the Sun, Mercury, Ketu from third house, and Jupiter ninth aspect also in the Rahu. Rahu is controlled here with two types of aspect is coming. Now ninth house Rahu already we discussed. It question, the native question about the, not the religion, but the rituals, which will be accepted or which will not be accepted. So APJ Abdul Kalam, no doubt a religious person, but not dogmatic. He analyzes his belief system of all culture. So he is totally accepted by all Indian since his belief system, spirituality. That is ninth house Rahu aspected by ninth aspect of Jupiter. This is the great chart of APJ Abdul Kalam. And fourth house Venus Mars already discussed, giving his wealth, prosperity, honor, rewards in his life. So this is the great chart of Dr. APJ Abdul. The chart of Lionel Messi, world's best footballer at present time. Date of birth 24th June 1987. Time of birth 12 a.m. midnight. Place of birth Rosario, Argentina. Ascendant is Aquarius, Kumbha Lagna. And zodiac sign is Taurus, Bishop Rashi, Kumbha Lagna. Great chart of Lionel Messi, great footballer of the world. Now what is the unique in this chart? Jupiter is present in the third house of Leo sign, giving his fifth aspect, first, second, third, fourth, fifth aspect on the seventh house to the audience, to the people, is well connected. Seventh aspect coming to the ninth house of fortune, and ninth aspect coming to the 11th house of success. So Jupiter is very strong in the chart, and fifth aspect, seventh aspect, and ninth aspect very important. Now coming to the second house, Rahu is present. Second house Rahu may give, we already discussed, too much wealth, honor, rewards to the native. Massive money. Only when Jupiter is strong in the chart, and ascendant Lord Karak Lagna will be connected with the Rahu. Here Lagna is Aquarius, that is the friend's Lagna with respect to Rahu. So Rahu is giving good benefit here with. Lagna Lord, Karak Lagna is there, Jupiter is strong there, so Rahu gives his blessing when native is hardworking, dedicated and disciplined in life. Lionel Messi is too much hardworking, too much dedicated and too much discipline and responsibility bearing player of history of football. Now coming to the fifth house of talent, he is talented player. Fifth house, the house of Mercury, Gemini sign. Mercury itself posited to his sun, making Budhaditya yoga. And three planets, Mercury, Sun, Mars, aspecting the 11th house of success. So these three planets also activate the 11th house. Jupiter also activate by 9th aspect it, and also the 7th aspect, Mercury, Mars, Sun, activate the 11th house. Not only that, the karmic planet, Saturn, is posited in the 10th house. So Saturn when strong in the chart, Mars strong in the chart, Rahu gives the blessing with the advice of Jupiter. So the chart is very strong and native gets the all kinds of wealth, honor, rewards in life. Since the fourth house is the wealth, fourth house it is the Taurus sign, moon is exalted. Venus is his own sign, moon Venus conjunction in Taurus gives too much wealth to the native. Every native who have hard work, dedication, discipline, responsibility bearing in life, and fourth house this type of conjunction is there, moon and Venus, native gets all wealth, all amenities, all luxury, all mother care, all types of care native will get in his life. So this is much beneficial to the native's chart. One of the best footballer of all time of world, Lionel Messi, where Rahu is posited in the second house, and the Karak Lagna is Aquarius, and Jupiter well placed in the third house.